Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
and to the republic.
Okay, can we start with the roll call?
Council President O'Halloran.
Here.
Councilmember McIrvin.
Here.
Councilmember Prince.
Here.
Councilmember Perez.
Here.
Councilmember Van.
Here.
Councilmember Albertson.
Here.
And Councilmember Rivera.
Here.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor, all present.
All right, and tonight we're going to start off with a couple of presentations, and the first is a proclamation.
All right, proclamation, Disability Pride Month. Whereas people with disabilities have a proud history of fighting for inclusion and justice, and whereas people with disabilities have experienced generations of marginalization and deserve equitable treatment in the workplace, education system, and every other part of our community. And whereas every July is Disability Pride Month, which is dedicated to honoring the history, achievements, experiences, and struggles of the disability community. And whereas Disability Pride Month marks the anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, landmark legislation signed July 26, 1990, prohibiting discrimination against individuals with disabilities in all areas of public life. And whereas many organizations in Renton support and celebrate people with disabilities, including Genie Renton, which provides services for children with disabilities and their families. Northwest Center, which provides services for children and adults with disabilities, Puget Sound Regional Services, which provides community-based supported living services, and the ARC of King County, which advocates for and beside people with disabilities and provides services for people and families with disabilities across the lifespan. And whereas people with disabilities contribute enormously to the economy, culture, and community of the city of Renton, now therefore I, Armando Pavoni, Mayor of the city of Renton, do hereby proclaim July 2023 to be Disability Pride Month in the city of Renton, and I encourage all residents to join me in the special observance and witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of Renton to be affixed this 17th day of July 2023, signed Armando Pavoni, Mayor of the city of Renton.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Council President O'Halloran.
I move the proclamation be adopted as read.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President O'Halloran, seconded by Councilmember Prince, that the proclamation be adopted as read. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. And tonight, to accept the proclamation, we have Christina Brown from the Director of Public Affairs, Kindering. Christina.
Well, thank you so much, all of the council members and everyone here today. And I especially want to thank the mayor's office for making time for this proclamation. I know it was short notice, but it is really, really important. And, you heard in the proclamation, I'm here from Kindering. My name is Christina Brown. And Kindering is the largest not-for-profit neurodevelopmental center in the Pacific Northwest. And so mostly we serve young children with developmental disabilities and delays. And so this month where we're celebrating those kids and the adults who grow up and contribute so much to our community, it's just incredibly important to us. And so we're very thankful that the community is recognizing them. And I would also be remiss if I didn't say I'm very proud to be standing alongside many other organizations who I think are also here today, who are doing such great work in Renton. You have some of the best organizations serving people with disabilities and advocating with and alongside people with disabilities in the state. So it is with great pride that we are here today for Kindering, celebrating Disability Pride Month. So thank you so much.
I do a picture.
Oh.
You have somebody else?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Valerie?
Push me, push me.
Okay, and we are not done with the presentations. Next, we have a special presentation for a couple of students from the Renton School District.
Hello, I want to thank Mayor Pavoni and the City Council for inviting us. My name is Diane Cooper, and I'm the co-president at Nelson Middle School PTA. Every year, the PTA nationally holds the Reflections Art Contest. Each year, over 300,000 students nationally participate. We have divisions that run from pre-K through 12th grade, including a division for artists with special needs. So I think it's appropriate that the proclamation and these awards are going out tonight. Students will create original works of art in response to a student-selected theme. And the name of the theme this year was Show Your Voice. The areas of competition are visual arts, literature, music composition, dance choreography, photography, and video or film production. Prizes, of course, are awarded at the local level. It then moves on to the council level. Winners at the council level move on to the state level. The state level winners, of which we have 2 here tonight, move up to the national competition. By the time entrants get to the national level, there are about 900 students nationally competing. Out of that 900, 200 students are chosen as winners. 6 of those will be outstanding interpretation, and the balance will be awarded either an award of excellence or an award of merit based on whatever category they entered in. Summer Cameron is with us tonight, and she just finished the 8th grade and is moving on to high school. And we wanted to show her video that won an award of merit at the national level.
Hi, my name is Summer, and I have cerebral palsy, and I want to share my voice by telling you about cerebral palsy. So when I was really young, I was not fully, I was born, I was born 3 months early, and something happened to my brain, and the muscles in my hands were not working properly, and often kids will ask me about my my disability and how I got it. So how I got cerebral palsy, that's a hard thing to answer because it's something that affects your brain and your muscles and how they work. But for me, I can do like really cool things. I can go hiking, I can go horseback riding, I can even go camping and hiking. I can go hiking with my all-terrain wheelchair and my normal wheelchair gives me ability to move around with my hands, because my hands are like my legs, but they're not normal, and that's okay with me, because I am a disabled person, and often people will ask me about how I overcame my cerebral palsy and how I get really strong. So, like you, I can brush my teeth, but I cannot do my hair. I am still learning how to write my name, how to ride horses, and make sure everything is accessible in my classroom. Because there's some kids who can't talk or speak. Thank you. Bye.
Our second winner is Eliana Smith.
Oh, Ms. Cooper, would you like me to read the recognition?
Yes, please.
Yes.
So,
Sorry.
no problem. So recognition, whereas Summer Cameron participated in the 2023 National Parent Teacher Association's Reflections Award Program, and whereas the city of Renton is proud to have such talented young artists representing Renton on the national stage, and whereas Summer's accomplishments in the arts highlight her individual talents and showcase Renton as a community that supports and promotes the arts, and whereas Summer's winning entry in the program, In My Own Way, highlights her incredible talent in storytelling through film, and whereas Summer's success is a testament to our educators in Renton School District who value a well-rounded education that includes the arts, and whereas we wish Summer continued growth and success in her future artistic endeavors. Now, therefore, I, Armando Pavoni, Mayor of the City of Renton, do hereby offer congratulations on behalf of the City of Renton to Summer Cameron for receiving the Award of Merit in Film Production from the 2023 National Parent Teacher Association Reflections Art Program, dated the 17th day of July, 2023, signed Armando Pavoni, Mayor of the City of Renton.
We'll take pictures afterwards.
Okay. Thank you. Our second winner is Ileana Smith, who's going into the 8th grade this fall. She received an award of excellence for her dance entitled Stand Up for the Weak.
I've been walking with my face turned. I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, bullet weight on my shoulders, bullet in. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head. Oh, I got to my head, just in case I have to run. Do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. I do what I can when I can, while I can. Always feel the night. That's when I'm gonna stand up. Take my people with me. Together we are. gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my before the sun begins to shine. We're gonna start moving towards that separating line.
Sorry, folks, we're gonna start that.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my Morning, before the sun begins to shine. We're gonna start moving towards that separating line. Oh, you know I gotta make up mind. And I don't mind if I lose any blood on the way to salvation. And I'll fight with the strength that I got until I die. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. You hear freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. Take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Can you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together you are a brand new home, far across the river. You hear freedom calling. I'm gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together
I have another recognition here. So recognition, whereas Eliana Smith participated in the 2023 National Parent Teacher Association Reflections Award Program. And whereas the city of Renton is proud to have such talented young artists representing Renton on the national stage. And whereas Eliana's accomplishments in the arts highlight her individual talent and showcase Renton as a community that supports and promotes the arts. And whereas Eliana's winning entry in the program, Stand Up for the Week, demonstrates her exceptional talent and passion for dance. And whereas Eliana's success is a testament to our educators in the Renton School District who value a well-rounded education that includes the arts. And whereas we wish Eliana continued growth and success in her future artistic endeavors. Now, therefore, I, Armando Pavoni, Mayor of the City of Renton, do hereby offer congratulations on behalf of the City of Renton to Eliana Smith for receiving the Award of Excellence in Dance Choreography from the 2023 National Parent Teacher Association Reflections Art Program dated the 17th day of July, 2023, signed Armando Pavoni, Mayor of the City of Renton.
Take
your time.
Yep.
Mayor, do you want the girls individually or?
Individually, and then we can do a quick one too. Family members?
With the parents.
Yeah.
And again, and 3. Yeah. And your family? Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Oh. Mr. Mayor.
You're fine. Don't run over Eliana. Thanks, buddy.
Okay. Yeah.
Get in the middle, Armando.
What's that?
Get in the middle.
So hard.
There you go. Okay. Let's get over and get all right. Yes. Right here. 1, 2, 3, and 1 more. Thank you. Okay, next up is the administrative report.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Renton River Days, our annual family festival and community celebration, returns on July 21st through the 23rd with 3 days of family-oriented events, activities, and parade. Please go to rentonwa.gov/riverdays for all updated information and the event details, locations, and schedule. This year's theme is Where Community Grows, highlighting our Parks and Recreation Month. We look forward to seeing you all there. The Parks and Recreation Department was awarded $904,000 from King County for Henry Moses Aquatic Center updates. Work will include stabilization of the failing perimeter tile and the entire liner of the leisure activity pool. Additional work will enhance circulation and access egress at the main facility entrance by removing an unused water feature and creating an open, inviting area for the public. Project start date is January 2024 with completion by the end of May, prior to the 2024 HMAX season. The Parks and Recreation Department was also awarded $350,000 grant from the RCO Funding Board for design and construction improvements to existing tennis and pickleball courts at Talbot Hill Reservoir Park. In addition to sport court improvements, the project includes installation of new park amenities, including a covered seating area, water fountain, bike rack, benches, refuse containers, and paddle holders. The existing parking lot will be renovated with seal coat, curbing, striping, and signage to better serve our park users. Information about preventative street maintenance, traffic impact projects, and road closures happening this week can be found at rentonwa.gov/traffic. All projects are weather permitting unless otherwise noted. Streets will always remain open.
All right, thank you. All right, next up is audience comment. We do have a number of people signed up for audience comment. When I call your name, please step up to the podium. You'll have 3 minutes to speak. There's a little timer right in front of you there. When it turns yellow, please start wrapping up your comments. When you do step up there, give your name, city of residence, and what you'll be talking about. So first up is Judy Schroeder.
Thank you, Council President O'Halloran, council members, Mr. Mayor. I'm Judy Schrader. I am a resident of Renton. I am the president of the St. Anthony Conference of the St. Vincent de Paul Society, serving Renton and Skyway. We would like to thank the City of Renton for your support of our organization as we work to keep struggling families in their homes. We help with rent, provide water and electricity payments, give food cards, gas, and clothing vouchers. I am here to request that the council consider the petition made by the Housing Justice Project on February 27th to review the landlord policies currently in effect in Renton. At that meeting, the council expressed interest, but wanted to wait until the legislature acted to see what policies would be implemented statewide. Statewide legislation was not passed. You have before you, I don't know if those go out. Okay. The efforts made in neighboring cities since then in an effort to prevent homelessness. We have a particular interest in ending a practice that puts individuals and families into debt. I'm addressing the use of late fees, especially daily fees. I understand that applying fees is supposed to provide incentive for renters to pay the bill on time and completely. Unfortunately for many, the late fees become the thing that completely sinks the ship of solvency. Landlords charge $30 to $100 a month over and above the monthly rate as a late fee. Additionally, the renter may be charged $5 to $15 a day. This means a neighbor that is struggling to pay the current rent has to find an additional $180 to $550 a month. These are not hypothetical numbers. These are real people we have spoken to in the last few months, and they are caught in a trap. They are singles whose roommate decided to take a dream job out of state, a single mother whose job ended because the business failed, a hard worker that fell and had a concussion, but L&I only pays part of that normal paycheck, an only child whose elderly parents became ill and it took months to find a good place. Where does this kind of penalty lead? It leads to eviction. Once evicted, that remains on their record, and it becomes difficult to find another apartment. Their credit is ruined, the bill goes to collection, they are hounded by a collection agency, already limited wages are garnished. I would like to propose that there be a limit on late fees that reflects the renter's capability. King County, in unincorporated areas, including Skyway, has a policy where the late fee is 1.5% of the rent. This adds incentive without destroying the family's ability to pay. Daily fees must be eliminated. Our community does not need any more homelessness. Please invest in a systemic change that makes a difference we can't make individually. Stop the exorbitant late fees. Thank you.
Right, thank you. Next up is Kim Lulius.
My name is Kim Lulius. I've been a resident of Kennydale for 19 years. I'm again before you regarding the alley vacation request on North 32nd Street in Kennydale. The developer at 1002 North 31st Street did not notify or post any information regarding a land use action to expand the alley on our block. The description of the LUA is street modification for alley right-of-way and pavement width. The current request is LUA 23-000181 and was applied for on March 26, 2023. It appears that this LUA was somehow exempted from public notification and a comment period of 2 weeks. The only notice of this land action was by accident on around May 18th when workers at the back of 1002 construction site commented to the owner abutting that the trees in the alley right-of-way were going to be cut down. I have reviewed the city codes and processes regarding LUA request. I'm assuming someone misinterpreted wording in the RMC code in regards to right-of-way use permits being exempted from public notification since they don't change property lines. Codes are complex and open to interpretation error. Permitted structures are sitting several inches and up to a foot inside the 12-foot right-of-way that's being proposed for the alley. Building the alley is not a simple matter of cutting a straight path through existing fences, trees, and other structures. I have a city-approved engineering diagram from the new house at the proposed alley entrance. This diagram shows these conditions, and I'll provide that. By definition, some form of land change or major action would need to take place to build this alley. A formal engineering plan would clearly show where structures are relative to the right-of-way. It's not clear if the LUA has considered these site conditions. Each LUA is coded by one of three types. Each type relates to various levels of impact and complexity. Type 1 applies applications that do not require multi-department review include temporary use permits for mobile food vendors and mobile homes or model homes. The LUA of interest is definitely not a Type 1. Type 2 and Type 3 cover more complex land issues. Category 2, Type 2 and Type 3 both include a public notification and a 2-week public comment period. We are asking the mayor and the city council to investigate the details of this LUA so that it can be correctly categorized and perhaps reinitiated using the formal LUA processes published by the city. The LUA process can then be correctly followed. Thank you.
All right, next up is Gretchen Wicks.
Good at pronouncing our names. Good evening, City Council members and Mayor Pavoni. My name is Gretchen Wicks. I'm a 19-year resident in Lower Kennydale on 31st Street. I come before you again to discuss our concerns over a major change to our neighborhood, which we feel timely neighborhood input was not considered. The potential land use action notifications were not provided by the developer through the city council, though the city council has mentioned they are following the process. I ask you, what is this process and why was it not applied in this case? We have observed the developer has not followed the process while laying an improper foundation without a permit, assuming he would have alley access to which he had not applied and ignoring the requirement of proper setbacks. We do appreciate that the city has placed a stop work order on this project and is monitoring it to assure no further work is being done. However, at this time, we believe this land use action project needs a new start to its timeline, a timeline that follows the process which the city is basing its decision flows. Thank you for your consideration.
All right, and our next speaker is Mark Peterson, and he is virtual.
Sorry about that, Mayor. Hang on just one moment.
Okay.
Okay, Mark, are you there? Please go ahead.
Mr. Peterson, you're muted.
Mark, if you can hear us, you're muted.
All right. How about now? Can you hear me? Yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
All right. Bear with me just a moment. I'm again traveling this week, and I am sitting by the side of the road trying to get my notes together here. Sorry. Okay. My name is Mark Peterson. I have been a resident of Lower Kennydale for 20 years. I am traveling today, which is why I'm calling into the meeting in reference to the Kennydale Alley vacation request. I feel the need to clarify some facts regarding a letter that was sent from the Kennydale Neighborhood Association Board, also known as K&A Board, which I submitted along with the petition to vacate the alley between North 31st and 32nd Streets. A meeting of the board was not possible due to the brief time frame we were under to get the paperwork submitted, so an email round robin was used to communicate between the members. The letter provided support for the neighbors regarding the vacation request from a majority of the board. There were a couple of members abstaining from comment, and one who wanted to hear any dissenting opinions. The letter was written specifically stating that a majority of the board was behind this action and the letter, not a full consensus. That, I believe, needed to be clarified, and I hope that clears up any confusion that might have been created. Our request for an alley abandonment has nearly the full support of the affected homes. There are 5 who did not sign, one of whom is the developer of the 1002 North 31st Street building project. 2 property owners who did not sign are actually landlords, and we have not been able to reach them for signatures. The other one refuses to sign because he's afraid of retaliation by the city of Renton should he in the future want to develop his lot. We have obtained 2 more signatures after our initial request was submitted. So of the 41 properties affected, we have approval requests for alley abandonment by 37 of the residents. We hope that you can take all of these facts into consideration. Also, I wanted to speak out on another topic briefly if I have a few seconds, and that is that it is my sincere hope that in some time in the near future, that Summer and people in her situation will be able to visit, like the rest of us who are able, the Kennydale Beach, currently not accessible to people in that situation. Thank you all for your attention this evening.
That's all I have to say.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Next up is Bob Baker.
Thank you very much for having me. In 2018, the city of Renton core was in a down cycle, due somewhat to the economy times, but primarily to the landing taking away vital core businesses, even 10 years after it opened. Every person, including myself, cite it as ease of parking. We are in an upswing downtown Renton now, with businesses new and rejuvenation of old. But one consistent complaint is parking or lack of it. This is why I find it so hard to understand that a council vote in 2018 to remove critical parking in the 400 block of Burnett Avenue South is now going to planning without a plan for adequate replacing those vital spots. And we're not talking about one or two businesses being affected, but the entire southern core of Renton businesses. As a frequent disabled patron of the VFW Hall, I can honestly say that this council is condemning the meeting place for our veterans and many other small businesses. As a tax-based city that relies on businesses to prosper, how can you, in good faith to these businesses and the customers that support them, remove the opportunity by taking away parking? With the loss of corporate revenue and the millions of dollars that it will take to continue with this 2018 plan, not only is it a very bad idea, but a financial disaster in the making. There is so many opportunities that the parking in downtown Renton is missing out on, and that is speaking with the banks, speaking with other large businesses, and trying to work a deal with them. A lot of those parking lots remain completely empty. At night, they will not allow others to enter and park there. So if you do go ahead, which I'm assuming you're going to, with the 2018 plan, I would really appreciate to see some kind of a plan to renew some kind of parking for the city of Renton before it's too late. Once you do this and remove all that parking, it's gone forever. And once it's gone, so will your businesses. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. And next up is Dutchman. Dutch.
It's kind of hard to follow Bob up. I'll tell you, he's good. He's excellent. So I'm Stephen Dutch Deutschman. I'm a 46-year resident of unincorporated Renton. I'm here before you as a lifetime VFW member. We're here post 1263, and I'd like to read something to y'all. Your Honorable Mayor and esteemed City Council members, this letter is on behalf of VFW Post 1263 and the Red House, both neighbors located on Burnett Avenue South. We are directly across the street from the proposed connector project. The connector project will eliminate 84, as though you don't know this, will eliminate 84 auto parking stalls and impact our senior and physically challenged customers. Others will not have the ability to park and enjoy our place of businesses, which will become a financial liability and burden to both our organizations, not to mention other organizations, as Bob pointed out. In the evening, the parking lot is often overflowing since people park there to walk to other businesses, as limited parking is available in the streets. Please work with us to reach a reasonable solution for all. Sincerely, VFW Post 1263 Commander Martin Tamayo, Red House head of the house, Kessler Dixon. So I give this to Jason, and that's all I have today for you. More.
All right, thank you, Dutch. Next is Valentine Portalano.
I really made the mistake of going after Bob and so. Hi, Mr. Mayor, Madam President, council members, thank you so much. My name is Valentine Portalano. I'm a longtime resident of South Renton. Just wanted to come and share my appreciation for my neighborhood and for the city. I'd like to share a little story from this last weekend, but before I share a story, I just want to share some numbers, especially for people that might not know about South Renton. So South Renton is the neighborhood that we are standing in right now. According to census data from 2020, We're about 3,000 residents. However, there's this funny little sliver of unincorporated neighborhood between Second and the river. If we count that, we're probably talking about 5,000 residents. Of those 5,000 residents, about 88% of those are renters, many of those who live in large apartment buildings without gathering spaces or green spaces. We also know that obviously South Renton is home to downtown Renton, our vibrant businesses, and our civic core. And very important to me is South Renton Connection, our neighborhood association. SRC has been officially in formation for 15 years, and we were able to celebrate our 15 annual year of picnicking in the park this last Saturday. We had approximately 250 people throughout the day come through. And of most importance to me was the 20,000 steps that I put on this little phone right here, which is about 8.5 miles. And on one of those many loops from downtown past Tonkin to Burnett Linear and then back up and over and over and over again, handling my many responsibilities. I had this really interesting experience where I was kind of walking around where Sip Stop is, and I see this father with 2 young kids pulling a wagon, and you could just see on his face that he is lost and distraught and that the kids are hot and the kids are like crying. And I just said, hey, is there anything I can help you with? And he said, I've never been to Renton before. We came here to try a restaurant. They didn't have dine-in. We didn't know that. And we're looking for a gathering space that we can just sit, spread out, and eat our food. And I said, you're in luck. There's a giant block party. There's free live music. There's bubbles. There's hula hoops. The kids' faces lit up. I had to go about my many duties and left and didn't really think twice about it. And this morning, I was sifting through pictures, kind of getting our kind of post-grant application stuff ready for the city. And somebody sent me a picture, and it just happened to be, and I wished that I could just put this picture all over. It's the same father, it's the same kids, completely lit up, painting a community fire hydrant, happy as could be. So I just want to thank everybody involved. So thank you to the neighborhood program, specifically Remy and Claire. Thank you to the Parks Department for getting the power on so that we could have a collaboration with Luther's Table and have live music. Thank you very much for the mayor and all city council. Everybody who could physically be there was there. Thank you for legal and finance who helped us with our grant application, for public works, especially Jason and Bailey, who helped us get the fire hydrant out there for painting. Thank you to the police and the fire that were there, to the hundreds and hundreds of hours of volunteers from South Renton that went into it, to Renton Municipal Arts Commission for helping us with the fire hydrant art, to the Chamber of Commerce for offering restrooms, cooling station, and helping us have healthy business partnerships, and for the City of Renton, everybody behind the scenes that made that possible. So I just want to say thank you for providing green spaces in South Renton. Thank you for providing gathering spaces. And please just remember, as you drive around and you see those hydrants, that those are serving not only the kind of fire protection, but they represent 5,000 residents in the downtown core that are relying on those spaces to connect, to foster community, to have places where those connections can grow in those green spaces and those gathering spaces. So thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, up next is Genie Green Cook.
Presentation. Mr. Mayor, council members, I'm going to thank you for your time. I'm not a very good speaker, but I'm going to give it another try. I'm here for the VF. I'm a Renton resident. I've been here since 1980. I've worked on many projects throughout our community, and I care about our community. The VFW is one of mine, near and dear, because I'm a life member there also. I just want to reiterate the parking issues that we have there. Just want you to know that if there's some way we can get more parking, I don't know how we can do it. There could be a parking garage somewhere there on the south end, because we're getting more apartment buildings going right across the street. We have that large complex coming in. Most people have 2 cars now. They're allowing for 1 car space. We need to do something that our veterans can be here and still support our community and be there to get the help that they need also from the community. So with that, I just want you to know that the post itself provides a hall that there isn't any place you can go in Renton to get a gathering place. It has a kitchen. It actually relies on that kitchen and that hall to do our revenues and our payments, to do our bills, so we can provide the services. Also, we do USO at the airport. We do all kinds of things, breakfasts, free community dinners. And I just want you to know we need your help, and somehow we can make this work. It's just a matter of putting heads together and not dropping the ball. So with that, I'll leave you to your evening. Thank you.
All right, next up is Jeffrey Barrage.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and President O'Halloran. Thank you for allowing me to speak tonight. My name is Jeffrey Barrage. I'm a proud Renton resident of 2 years. I live within walking distance of the Burnett Linear Park and Tonkin Park, and it's important to my well-being to have access to these spaces. And as you know, we had an amazing picnic this year. 15 years is just incredible. I'm proud to be a part of that, and I just came up here tonight because I wanted to express my gratitude and thank you all for supporting us and allowing us all to have our voice, whether you disagree with us or not, and not make us feel uncomfortable as a part of that. Thank you for your unwavering support, and I'm extremely grateful for the support we received. I will never forget this. Thank you.
Now, Christina Brown is signed up, but I believe she spoke earlier when it accepted the proclamation. So, and I don't see her, so I think that is it on public comment. Is there anyone else signed up to speak remotely? That sounds like a no. Okay. All right. Next up is the consent agenda. There's one item. Council would like to pull for separate consideration.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Council President O'Halloran.
hearing none, I move that the council approve the consent agenda as published.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President O'Halloran, seconded by Councilmember Prince, that the council approve the consent agenda as published. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. We are on to unfinished business. Council President O'Halloran,
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember McGurven.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Transportation Committee has 3 reports to present.
Okay, Transportation Committee report. This is regarding 2 temporary total closures of Northeast 44th Street. The Transportation Aviation Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to authorize the following 2 temporary total closures of Northeast 44th Street between the night of Friday, July 28, 2023 to the morning of Monday, July 31st, 2023 for the purpose of installing a fish passage culvert And 2, between the night of Friday, September 8th, 2023, to the morning of Monday, September 11th, 2023, for the purpose of reconfiguring the interchange at Northeast 44th Street. The committee further recommends that the resolution regarding this item be presented for adoption at tonight's council meeting. This is signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember McGurven.
I move that the council concur with the Transportation Aviation Committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember McGurven, second by Councilmember Perez, that the council concur with the Transportation and Aviation Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
The next report is regarding the 6-year Transportation Improvement Program. The Transportation Aviation Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to 1, approve the annual updates to the 2024-2029 6-year Transportation Improvement Program. 2, conduct a public hearing to be held on August 7th, 2023, as established on July 10th, 2023, and then present the resolution for reading and adoption following the public hearing on August 7th. This is signed by committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor,
McGurven.
I move that the council concur with this Transportation Aviation Committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember McGurven, second by Councilmember Perez, that the council concur with the Transportation and Aviation Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
All right, the final Transportation Committee report is regarding an amendment to a contract with Century West Engineering regarding the Taxiway Alpha Rehabilitation Project. Transportation Aviation Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute the amendment with Century West Engineering for the final design and bidding services associated with the Taxiway Alpha Rehabilitation Project in an amount not to exceed $859,863. This is signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor,
McGurven.
I move that the council concur with the Transportation Aviation Committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember McGurven, second by Councilmember Perez, that the council concur with the Transportation and Aviation Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. All right, Councilmember Prince.
Mr. Mayor, I have no unfinished business, but I'm sure my colleague at the Finance Committee has some.
Yes, Councilmember Perez.
Councilmember Prince is absolutely right. As always, the Finance Committee is working very hard. So, with that, the Finance Committee has 5 reports to present.
All right, Finance Committee report. The first report is regarding the second quarter budget amendment for 2023 and the 2023-2024 fee schedule resolution. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to 1, approve the budget amendment and adopt the ordinance amending the 2023-2024 biennial budget to increase revenues by $2,328,089 for an amended total revenues of $669,611,690 over the biennium, and increase expenditures by $4,279,497 for an amended total expenditures of $790,796,650 over the biennium, and amending the 2023 salary table. The committee further recommends that Section 6.13 of Policy and Procedure 807 be waived, and that the related ordinance be presented for first and second and final reading and adopted at tonight's council meeting. And 2, approve and adopt the resolution amending the 2023-2024 fee schedule at tonight's council meeting. This is signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember Perez.
I move that the council concur with the Finance Committee committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Perez, second by Councilmember Albertson, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
All right, next is a report regarding the contract award and a fund transfer request for the 2022-23 traffic calming Lake Washington Boulevard North project. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to award the construction contract to All Stripes LLC in the amount of $137,952 and approve a budget transfer in the amount of $192,213 from unassigned fund balance in Fund 317 to cover anticipated expenditures for the construction phase of this project. This is signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember Perez.
I'm very happy that many Kennydale's leaders are here because this is something that they have been asking for. Since for that, I move that the council concur with the recommend action of the Finance Committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Perez, second by Councilmember Albertson, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
All right, the next report is regarding an agreement with King County for the Hazardous Waste Management Program. Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute the agreement with King County and the Hazardous Waste Management Program to accept $70,822.08 of non-matching grant funds available for the 2023-2024 to implement household hazardous waste reduction, recycling, and education programs. This is signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember Perez.
as our beloved friend and mentor, Don Person will say, it's always a happy day when we receive money, and especially for these incredible projects that is like recycling and getting rid of hazardous waste. So with that, I move that the council concur with the Finance Committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Perez, second by Councilmember Albertson, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
All right, the next report is regarding the establishment of a transportation benefit district. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to set August 7th, 2023 as a public hearing date for establishing the Renton Transportation Benefit District. The committee further recommends that the ordinance adding a new Chapter 27 establishing the Renton Transportation Benefit District to Title V of the Renton Municipal Code be presented for first reading after the public hearing. This is signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember Perez.
I will take a point of personal privilege here. 9 years ago, I decided to work very hard to make sure that this city became a walkable city. And I took very serious my job when people asked for sidewalks and to maintain our infrastructure and to make sure that our roads are safety for absolutely everybody. This is the first step to have the funds that are needed for our city to become the city that we all want to have. I don't want anymore to have an email of someone asking me why we don't have a sidewalk here, one sidewalk there, and say we don't have money to do that. And we don't know when we're gonna have it. This is the first step to get the funds to do that. And I'm very happy, and I was very proud today to put my signature in that report. With that, I move that this council concur with the recommendation of the Finance Committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Perez, second by Councilmember Albertson, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
All right, the final report for the Finance Committee is regarding a fee waiver request for a temporary event. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the requested fee waivers of $5,125 in temporary open space rental fees, use fees, and permit fees for summer 2023 community events. This is signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Perez.
I move that the council concur with the Finance Committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember Perez, second by Councilmember Albertson, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. All right, Councilmember Van.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Albertson.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Rivera.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, that gets us on to legislation where we have 2 resolution and 1 ordinance for first and second reading.
All right, the first resolution is regarding the 2023-2024 fee schedule. Resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, amending the 2023-2024 City of Renton fee schedule.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Perez.
I move the resolution be adopted as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember Perez, second by Councilmember Albertson, that the resolution be adopted as read. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
All right, the next resolution is regarding the temporary closure of Northeast 44th Street. A resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, authorizing 2 temporary full street closures of Northeast 44th Street between the I-405 northbound and southbound freeway ramps.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember McGurven.
I move this resolution be adopted as read.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember McGurven, second by Councilmember Perez, that the resolution be adopted as read. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Right, this ordinance is regarding the amendments to the biennial budget. It is for first reading and advancement to second and final reading at tonight's meeting. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, amending the City of Renton fiscal years 2023-2024 biennial budget is adopted by ordinance number 6088 and amended by ordinance number 6110 by increasing the budgeted revenues and expenditures by $2,328,089 and $4,279,497 respectively, amending the 2023 salary table, providing for severability, and establishing an effective date.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Perez.
I move that the ordinance be advanced to second and final reading this evening.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Perez, seconded by Councilmember Alverson, that the ordinance be placed on second and final reading at tonight's meeting. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
I'm going to read it again. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, amending the City of Renton fiscal years 2023-24 biennial budget as adopted by ordinance number 6088 and amended by ordinance number 6110 by increasing the budgeted revenues and expenditures by $2,328,089 and $4,279,497 respectively, amending the 2023 salary table, providing for severability, and establishing an effective date.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember Perez.
I move that the ordinance be adopted as read.
It's been moved by Councilmember Perez, seconded by Councilmember Alverson, that the ordinance be adopted as read. It's a second reading, requires a roll call.
Council President O'Halloran.
Aye.
Councilmember McGurven.
Aye.
Councilmember Prince.
Aye.
Councilmember Perez.
Aye.
Councilmember Vaughn.
Aye.
Councilmember Alverson.
Aye.
And Councilmember Rivera.
Aye.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor. All ayes.
Right, thank you. We're done with legislation. We are on to new business. Council President O'Halloran.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I have 5 items of new business. On Monday, July 24th is a council holiday. There will be no meetings. On Monday, July 31st, that is the 5th Monday of the month, and we have no council meetings on the 5th Mondays of the month. On Monday, August the 7th at 6 p.m., we'll be having the Committee of the Whole in the council chambers and via video conference. We have 1 item on the agenda. It's Community Survey Executive Summary. On Monday, August the 7th at 7 p.m., we will have a regularly scheduled council meeting here in council chambers and via video conference. And then my final item, Mr. Mayor, is that I move that we hold an executive session for approximately 20 minutes immediately following the conclusion of other agenda items tonight and to adjourn this meeting immediately at the conclusion of the executive session without any action being taken. The purpose of this executive session is to discuss with City Attorney potential litigation pursuant to RCW 42.30.110 sub 1 sub I.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President O'Halloran, seconded by Councilmember Prince, that we go into executive session following this meeting for approximately 20 minutes to discuss potential litigation. There will be no action taken, and we will adjourn directly after the meeting. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. Councilmember McGurven.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to announce that the Transportation Committee scheduled for Monday, August 7th will not be occurring because it has been canceled. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
All right, Councilmember Prince.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Perez.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Van.
No new business, Mr. Mayor. But I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our community members for coming out and commenting, and also thank our Renton Police Department for your briefing today at Public Safety Committee. Thank you.
Councilmember Albertson.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. On Monday, August 7th, Utilities Committee will be meeting in the council conference room and via video conference. Only one item on the agenda, emergent issues in utilities, including surface water utility pollutant source control program. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
All right, Councilmember Rivera.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. The Community Services Committee scheduled for August 7th, 2023 has been canceled, but will be rescheduled at a later date.
All right, thank you. What's the wish of the council?
Go to the executive session.
Oh, that's right. We don't have to. We're going to executive session. That's right.
Have a good evening, everyone.